Hey everyone, I hope you're doing well and staying safe during this time. If you're new here, welcome to the channel. Like I said, thank you so much for checking me out. If you haven't done so, please make sure to hit that subscribe button just right below the video. Cool, thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. And if you're returning, welcome back. Thanks again for your support. I truly do appreciate having you here.
Bitcoin is going to $10 million per coin, and XRP is going to approximately zero.
Oh no, come on, really?
Zero.
No, there's gotta be some value for XRP.
Yeah, zero.
A whole zero?
A whole approximate zero.
Not even 0.0000001?
If anything, it's gonna go below zero.
You're gonna have to pay to get rid of your XRP. Well, you heard it here first. Get rid of XRP now.
Well, that it's just painful to listen to. The amount of these guys are so uninformed. It's pitiful. We've got an entire crypto space that has been marketed to on this whole Bitcoin thing for all these years. And there's only a tiny handful of people who have told the truth about what Bitcoin is and what it isn't. And I'm the first one to say that because of their success in their Wall Street marketing campaign, Bitcoin's going to stick around, but it's only going to stick around for the only thing it can be, which is what they've created as their marketing term, a store of value or some kind of replacement for gold. But without that, they knew that it couldn't do it. They knew it had no utility, and the technology was the word for it's piss poor. And so they had to all go in a room and come up with a marketing program. Drop Gold came out of Grayscale maybe, but they had to do this, and they all knew they had to do it to keep it alive. Without all that, it's nothing. Without the Wall Street, the marketing machine that's been put behind Bitcoin, it's absolutely nothing. Side by side against XRP, no comparison whatsoever. Okay? Meanwhile, while propping Bitcoin up, a lot of those same forces, not all, but a lot of those same forces have spent a lot of time trying to hit XRP over the head because of the fear of XRP. And that's what these guys are doing. I'm not saying they're paid to do it. I'm just saying. So this transitions us well into this Tyler Winklevoss tweet. Bitcoin is not a faster horse. It's a flying car. And the second he said it, I thought of the Dumb and Dumber flying dog car, whatever, I don't know what the dog was, but anyway, because this is Dumb and Dumber right here. Now, we've shown these kind of charts before, but there's a lot of new people watching. Let's focus on the product here, folks. This is Bitcoin right here. This is, and these numbers may have changed a little bit, not a lot. Speed of the transaction, 3.6 seconds for XRP, 3,186 seconds for Bitcoin. The cost per transaction, you can see what it costs for a transaction in XRP, and then Bitcoin can be this or more. Scalability, 1,500 transactions per second, 32 per second. So it's obvious what the better product is. Now, a lot of the Bitcoin success from what I've seen from these Bitcoin maxis is reflected in the percentage that it's gone up. In other words, when they're trying to tell people how great Bitcoin is versus other investments, they just look at how much it's gone up. Well, let's look at how much year over year on Coin Paprika that Bitcoin has gone up 1.22% versus XRP 59.67%. Now think about that. With all of this Wall Street marketing machine, if you see CNBC, they're talking about crypto, they're talking about Bitcoin. Just imagine what would happen if you flipped that script and that you put XRP in their mouth. Imagine if Wall Street had their marketing machine behind that instead. Because with all that marketing that Bitcoin's had, just everywhere you look, Bitcoin, 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 even though all the people saying it know that it's an inferior technology to just about everything in crypto. With all of that, it's 1% to XRP's 59%. That's with Ripple having an SEC lawsuit going on. That's with Ripple. That's with Ripple and hence XRP and the potential utility, the usage of XRP being held back by the XRP lawsuit. There's not only is XRP the greatest digital asset ever created, compared to Bitcoin, you're talking about a Rolls Royce or a Lamborghini. They like Lamborghinis. A Lamborghini versus a freaking Pinto back from the 80s or 70s. Okay, that's what we're talking about. There is no comparison. And these people know it. That's the dirty little secret. And the history books are going to make these guys look like a bunch of morons. And I'm not saying that Bitcoin is not going to go up. I think that these guys are going to keep their marketing machine behind it. It's not going to matter though, because ultimately, utility, this whole industry has not really had any real utility. There's been some NFTs on Ethereum, and that too is a lie, as we've shown on this channel. But I mean, you're building all the NFTs right now for the United States and the world on Ethereum, which doesn't even work, and the gas fees are a joke, and everybody knows it. It's all a lie. The whole Bitcoin, Ethereum, and more important, proof of work thing was a prototype, okay? And maybe they needed to run that prototype and perpetuate the lie for a few years, and I kind of think that's what it was about. But make no mistake, this idea that somehow Bitcoin and Ethereum are something that all other digital assets are not is a freaking lie. The only thing I give to Bitcoin is that it was the first and it broke through the door. Okay? Now, I believe that Bitcoin was used for that purpose. I believe that whoever put it out, and make no mistake, it was not some Satoshi Nakamoto guy in his bathrobe who was a libertarian. No, it was a government and a collection of people that did this because this was how they were going to guide everybody into the digital asset space. And for that reason, I think that's part of the reason they've had this Wall Street machine behind it. But make no mistake, it is not the one. XRP, XLM, I'll keep saying it, and then one day this channel will just be retired because I will be proven to be right. XRP, XLM, and there are a handful of others, but XRP and XLM, I believe, were chosen a long time ago. That's just me talking. Coindesk, this was going around yesterday, and people were saying that the IRS has now proclaimed that your staked assets, if they're just sitting there and you're staking them, that the income off of that is not going to be taxed. I don't think that was a complete ruling. I think Coindesk has said it probably the right way. The IRS offered one individual a refund on taxes paid on crypto generated through staking in what the Proof of Stake Alliance believes might hint at a shift in broader policy. So we'll see on that. Crypto bull, one of two things will happen very soon for XRP. Either we will lose support and break down, or a major price explosion to the top is going to happen. I'm hoping for that major price explosion to the top. Alright, and then this guy, see, this to me is more bullish than anything. According to Sentiment's NVRV metric, XRP has the worst sentiment right now, but that means it has the best opportunity. It's got the best opportunity for a lot of other reasons, but we talk about those all the time. Then this Bitcoin Maxi says, Ethereum is too expensive. True. Solana is broken. Not sure. I hadn't been following it too much. Cardano doesn't even exist. That's not true. It's a shit show out here in crypto. Thankfully, all the talent and interest is flooding in to Bitcoin now. All the talent and interest is... That's not true. All the talent and interest is flooding into Bitcoin now. And I told him XRP and XLM exist. Pay attention. Okay? Then Hugo Filion from Flare Networks, he tweeted this out yesterday for all those asking where their Flare is. We're upgrading Songbird before the end of March 2022 with the final 2 protocols required before Flare launch. This will then allow us to proceed to Flare launch. A full roadmap to Flare launch will be released in coming weeks. Okay? And then this guy says, can't wait. Coinbase held back our Songbird, so we were hopeful they will at least honor their original word with Flare. And he says, we're working on this. I don't know if he means we're working on Songbird or Flare or both. Okay. Susan Friedman, who is the head of public policy at Ripple, says, looking forward to hearing CFTC Benham's, this is Rostin Benham, views on this topic. CFTC has a key role to play in the crypto ecosystem. And what this is the Senate Agricultural Committee, I guess. They are... Wednesday, they're going to have February 9th, they're going to meet and hold a hearing to examine digital assets. Now, what this reminds me of is, and I've retweeted it in recent days, the Agricultural Committee a long time ago, maybe a year ago or so, Brad Garlinghouse had tweeted that the digital, let me see it. I'm going to write this out and see if I can remember what it was called. Digital Currency, was it the Digital Commodity Exchange Act? I think that's what it was called. He had tweeted out that this is what would be best for the industry. Digital Commodity Exchange Act. And as I recall, that would have come out of the Agricultural Committee. Don't quote me. I just think that. But it stands in my mind what Brad Garlinghouse tweeted out a few months ago. And so I think that you can kind of see where this might be going, I hope. Blockworks, U.S. Senator, crypto is here to stay. Diversified portfolios should have crypto. And that's Senator Pat Toomey, who is one of the good guys. He's one of the ones that's grilled Gary Gensler. Digital Perspectives had put this out, which I thought was a great point. So Joseph Lubin says Ethereum is a decentralized web. Really, how about a public audit to prove it? Let's make sure the VCs didn't disguise their investments with fake accounts.
From everybody, Bitcoin is kind of this I hate to use the term currency or asset because we can get into that debate all day long. You are a platform. form that would be best.
It's a decentralized World Wide Web.
Is there is there anything analogous to it out there that in online or offline that our audience would best relate that to?
You can think of Ethereum as the decentralized World Wide Web.
Oh, that guy's so full of crap. All right. Speaking of, Jake Chervinsky, who is with the Blockchain Association, which will not acknowledge John Deaton and his lawsuit on behalf of 60,000 plus XRP holders against the SEC, even though they hold themselves out as a crypto industry trade group that's for the whole industry. We can, from this channel, all we can tell is that they're pro Bitcoin and Ethereum, not industry, not crypto industry, because they don't seem to want to support Ripple in this lawsuit or John Deaton in his. Okay, so Jake Chervinsky, who's one of their attorneys, says most crypto policy issues are complicated by how fast the tech is growing and changing. It's hard to craft specific solutions with any confidence they'll make sense in a few years. The best thing regulators can do is go after the actual bad actors, the frauds and scammers. And I told him, I said, I totally agree with you here. You do realize Joseph Lubin is on tape talking about helping disguise world purchases in the Ethereum ICO. Here it is for Jake Chervinsky.
But you do sell it regularly, right? Don't you sell it into the market?
Right about that. How much do you sell?
When necessary. Sure.
And I think, look, I'm talking about transparency because I think for the whole industry to mature, we need to be transparent in the industry. Ripple, I think, is trying to lead by example with that. I think there's other ecosystems that I have no idea what's going on in those ecosystems, and I don't think that's good for the whole industry, so I think that's bad for Ripple, too. The only interjection I have here is, I find it interesting that Ripple is attacked for being transparent. Because we are very proactive and actually the next XRP markets report, which we do quarterly, will come out sometime into this week. But because we share that information, we're attacked for it, yet other platforms don't share that information, and so they are insulated from those same critiques and criticisms. I think in the dictionary that's called hypocrisy. I'm not 100% sure, but it's close.
Is there any plan for greater transparency within Consensus in terms of how it deploys internally? Sure. And we're a private company, and
We're a private company too.
Absolutely. And transparency is important to us. But we also have to be strategic about information that we release. And
you will you'll notice, if I haven't been blocked by now, let's see, he hasn't blocked me yet, but you'll notice as we scroll through here that Jake Chervinsky did not, I don't think he replied to my, he can't, see, you gotta understand, these people cannot reply to this. These people for years now have defended nothing pretty much from what I can tell except proof of work, Bitcoin and Ethereum. And now we have the video, we have the timeline. These guys don't defend Ripple ever. Ripple's been transparent, and all these other people have been doing Lord knows what. We have them on video, their own words, it's not my words. We have them on video, we have the timeline, we know exactly what happened, and the timeline was put together because of their arrogance. They thought they got away with something and they could just talk about it freely because they got away with it. The arrogance is what has put them here. Okay? And then they had to go after Ripple on top of it and tell everybody that's XRP holders just to kiss off. Well, they didn't think that the people out here, I guess they think part of their arrogance is they think they're smarter than everybody else. Well, it turns out that there's some people out here, thousands of sleuths, who happen to be able to piece it all together because of their arrogance. And now Jake Chervinsky can't even show this. He can't even talk about this. He can't even reply to it. And how could he? How's he going to reply to that? What do you say? What do any of these people having to do with this say? They can't say anything. But I could show you some threads where he takes shots at Ripple. I could show you plenty of those. But he won't say anything about this, and you have to ask yourself why. Now, a guy who I am become friends with through my channel, his name is Rob Cunningham. He did a guest post called The Path Forward to a Free Humanity. And this guy's really smart and really a thinker. And I wanted to read part of this to you. He says, throughout the course of recorded history, crimes large and small have most often been solved by following the money. To discover the motive, which party in this global war make no mistake, folks, this crypto thing, all this is a war. Which party in this global war stands to gain the most by waging and winning this war? What might be the instigator's ulterior motive? Does not every single piece of U.S. paper currency have a unique serial number printed on each bill? We absolutely, in fact, have the technology in existence to assign, to assign traceable, trackable, invisible silicon into every piece of paper currency in circulation. Let's hypothetically call this new branded currency U.S. Treasury notes. The exact same silicon or microscopic technology referenced above could easily be embedded into precious metals held by any government anywhere on Earth. By simple computational measures, all issued paper currencies could then be reconciled, accounted for to exact value of precious metals held by any nation's treasury, open, transparent, reconcilable, and trustless ledgers hosted on secure blockchains for all the world to inspect can serve to validate the existence or non-existence of precious metals held by nations backing all their paper currencies in circulation. Simple math. Crypto simply means technology. Nothing fancy about the term. Even if the name is mysterious, cool, or scary, it generally misunderstood by most. This said, the simple yet ancient accounting practice of reconciling credits and debits on a ledger accurately and honestly is the magic of crypto. The extraordinary power and magic of metals-backed crypto software being used to reconcile all debits and credits, honestly and forthrightly for the world to clearly see when, if required, with zero reliance on political trust, is the ultimate disruptive game changer that holds the potential of wresting centralized wealth, power, and corruption from global bankers and all those they finance and deceive. Crypto adoption will move our banking system from secrecy to transparency, trustlessness, permissionless, programmability, verifiability, safety, efficiency. People the world over, armed with political will and moral courage to demand a new financial system built upon accountability and sound money, stand on the precipice of the greatest financial system inversion in human history. We deserve the untold benefits that can flow from rejecting the incumbent bankers' rigged, debt-based fiat currency system. There is no dispute the proven technology and resources exist today to make this transition a reality. All the evidence we need to know the potential exists to reject privately owned and operated central banking system is to observe the fierce world war raging around us. One side is a narcissistic, tiny minority of humans who've long wielded power and control, a group experienced and comfortable waging wars and killing untold millions of humans to demonstrate their dominion over this world. The opposing side is global majority of billions who seek freedom, liberty, safety, opportunity, and recognition of our unalienable birthrights. Human freedom or economic slavery, the choice is ultimately yours. Now, ours. The crypto community in America has rapidly emerged as de facto independent political party with enormous power, influence, and wealth. Investors, employees, lobbyists, and supporters include every ideology, religion, age, and national origin. Politicians who vote in opposition of this new political coalition will do so at their own risk. I hope you politicians out there heard that. What a well-written article. This guy's sharp. All right. CoinDesk. This was a hack that happened yesterday afternoon. I was actually at my son's baseball practice, my 9-year-old's baseball practice, when I saw this come out. Following a possible $250 million hack of Wormhole Crypto Bridge, portions of the Ethereum supply on Solana may be unbacked. Okay, and then they updated it. There was $326 million to account for hacked assets in both Ethereum and Solana. Folks, I keep saying it. You can find this in the description of my video. If you want to hold your digital assets safely, put it on the Ledger Nano S. You can get this in the description of this video. There's a link. Also, if you aren't comfortable with a Ledger Nano S, you can get what's called a YubiKey. It's this right here. It's like a little thumb drive, okay? If you've got your digital assets, let's say on Coinbase, you type in your username and your password. A lot of people use their phone and they use a Google Authenticator app or something like that for their two-factor authentication. Well, the YubiKey, this is institutional grade security. And the way it works when you have a YubiKey is you type in your username and password on Coinbase, and then it prompts you to put your YubiKey into your USB or whatever it's called, and then you put your thumb over it, and nobody can get in your account unless they have that physical YubiKey.
I'm your guy. I will keep you posted. I'm your advocate. I'll be back on a daily basis, usually multiple times per day, with these videos to keep you updated with everything going on. So, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you haven't done so, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Feel free to share any of my videos with your friends, family, social media, or anybody who may care to listen. Thanks so much for your continued support. I'm always here for you. I want to help you through this time. So thank you so much for continuing to choose me. Enjoy your day, stay safe, and I'll catch you again probably in a couple hours. Thanks, everybody. See you later.